Sports. I.O.W. Sports.
What up, dog?
What's good? It's
What's
your boy,
happening?
Wildcard Ma in the building. You know who that guy is.
What's good?
Detroit Mail, the man with the grandmaster plan for I.O.W. Network.
Right.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Appreciate you guys tuning in. For those who are watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, all our pages from either I.O.W. Sports. I often wonder page. Appreciate the love. You know, we reciprocate it. Love you back.
Right.
And those, of course, who are Apple iOS users and are listening on the I.O.W. radio network, we appreciate the love and support. And if you aren't and you riding in the whip, download the app. Listen on the I.O.W. network.
We live right now.
Android folks, no worries, it's coming.
Hey, what's up, Steph?
Steph, what's up? Steph was
happy Earth Day. I saw her.
Yeah, Steph was kicking it with me last night.
Happy Earth Day.
Yeah, so shout out to Steph, one of our loyal, faithful viewers of the show. So we definitely appreciate her. But let's get all the house cleaning and preliminary shit out the way. Y'all going over to the website www.ioftenwonder19.com. That's the website. You get all the information you need
right.
for anything I.O.W. network related, from the I.O.W. Sports Show to Daddy Cooks, of course, I Often Wonder podcast, R Bob, LJ Presents, and plenty of music from a lot of great independent artists that have contributed. Daddy Snake,
shout out
David, 40, aka Silent Hill. We got Sierra. What's the name of her group?
Case Sensitive.
Right. Yeah. So shout out to them. Anybody just been giving us content for the radio network, we appreciate it. Shout out to them. Anybody just been giving us content for the radio network, we appreciate it. Shout out to them. Anybody
coming from my speaker, trying not to
giving us content for the radio network, we appreciate it. Shout out to them. Anybody got in the business, let's get down to
Go ahead.
Anybody got in the business, let's get down to
I must have hit play on that. It's on the radio station.
Still here?
I'm here, man. It's on the radio station. I know you smoking too much weed. He's talking about it. Man.
Come on, guy.
You smoking too much weed.
Yeah, you gotta do me like that. But let's get down to business. We're gonna talk some sports. Yeah, you gotta do me like that. But let's get down to business. We're gonna talk some sports.
I don't hear them, man.
Yeah, you gotta do me like that.
Hold on.
Let's get down to business. We're gonna talk some sports. What's that thing that
I don't hear them, man.
Yeah, you gotta do me like that.
Hold on.
Let's get down to business. We're gonna talk some sports.
I don't hear them, man.
Y'all excuse us, we have no technical difficulties up here, but but anyway, we
going down on your phone.
Either way, we're gonna get down to business. But anyway, we
going down on your phone.
It was one of those. It wasn't doing it until you hit one of those buttons, or you do one of those levels. But anyway, we
going down on your phone. That's your fire.
Yeah, there we go.
But still,
there's a Bluetooth.
Yeah, but still shouldn't be doing it on Bluetooth.
Oh no.
But go ahead. Oh, I know what it is. Go ahead. I know what it is. Don't worry about it.
That shit was fucking with me.
It's gone now, right?
Yeah, it's gone. Y'all excuse us. Like literally, like everything we were saying was replaying back at my headphones. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And like, yes, I did.
Testing 1, 2.
Yeah, no, we good. I
smoking too much weed.
Nah, I mean, I know I smoked. I got over here, but I'm like, like I feel like Randy Orton. I hear voices in my head. They
Oh,
come
this
to
guy.
me, they understand, they talk to me. Anyway.
Let's get it popping.
All right, we good now. Let's get down to business. So, of course, everybody knows about the whole Derek Chauvin thing, blah, blah, blah. You know, I kind of talked about it last night. You know,
Right.
so I want to propose a question to you, big brother.
All right.
So, you know, even on I Often Wonder, we talked about, you know, social justice issues and how it's starting to intertwine with sports and entertainment.
Right.
So, what can these owners and specifically NBA and NFL, you know, because they are predominantly Black, about 70 to 75%.
Right.
What can these billion-dollar franchises, these owners of these billion-dollar franchises, to show support of social issues besides the quote-unquote symbolism?
Well, they need to use their influence that they have and get with some of the people who can pass legislation. You know, some of them are close friends with politicians. Some of them close friends with people who can actually move some stuff forward. That's one thing.
Yeah.
You know, if they're going to use their if they're going to use monetary means, pour into Black-owned business, specifically small Black-owned business. You know, because it's the small businesses that really holds up the economy. So you pour into some of these small Black-owned businesses, you know, put opportunities there, stuff like that. That'll help on one end. But if you're talking specifically about social justice, you need to look at legislation, education. You know, because some parts is ignorance on parts of people outside our community and ignorance on the people inside of our community. So, you know, help educate them in a way and help educate their peers.
Yeah.
Because a lot of their peers are ignorant to a lot of things that's going on. You know, they fall, for lack of a better word, victim to the latest soundbite on the opposite side of the social justice issue. You know, the great thing about social media is that now you're getting video evidence along with the commentary.
Yeah.
You know, now it's still not the end all to be all because we have video evidence prior to the Derek Chauvin case and people still were getting off.
Yeah.
But what up, though, Melvin? But I would say this.
My man just say thug life.
Yeah, say thug life.
What up, man?
But I will say to that, this for Melvin.
Cause I wanna get it on till I die. Am I wrong? Cause I wanna get it on till I die. Get it on till I die. Get it on till I die. Y'all wrong cause I wanna get it on till I die.
Play a little Tupac. Okay.
But I will say too, on the education part, is that we need to be educated to a lot of things.
Yeah. And
there's some things that we need to know. Good example. Derek Chauvin case.
Yeah.
If say they would have pushed for first degree murder instead of second degree murder, well, that's a harder case to prove. It's hard to prove intent. First degree murder means you're going to intent.
Yeah.
So it's hard to prove intent. You know, and here's why I talk about the education part on our end. Now, say we say, no, he didn't be first degree murder. We push for that, and the prosecution buckle and goes for that. Derek Chauvin get off, and then we'll say, okay, there's no justice. You know, and what you got to realize is there's two sides of the coin. There's stuff that's morally right.
Yeah.
And there's stuff that's legally right.
Yeah.
And you know, unfortunately, he had to be tried by the legal system.
Yeah.
And since he had to be tried by the legal system, second degree murder was a little more easy to prove than first degree murder. And so that's why I talk about the education part. You know, if we'd have been like, oh, push first degree, and then he gets they go first degree murder, and they can't prove intent, then he's walking. So.
and see, but that's the thing. By the letter of the law, you know, you're saying you can't prove intent, but when you got your knee on somebody's neck for 9+ minutes, you know, they're asking for you to, you know, I can't breathe. People who are watching them are telling them like, hey, you know, to me, that's saying he intentionally did that because of the amount of time that he
But here's the thing. So you thinking about intent, like someone's actual intention
to do that.
But they talking about more intent. What's in his mind? You know what I'm saying? What's going on in his mind? Did his mind? Hold on, I know what you're about to say. Hold on. So I can't tell that you're a racist in your mind.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can't read your mind. So it's harder for me. I'm not saying that it can't be done, but it's harder for me to prove that your intentions was a racial intent. I'm using that as an example, the racial issue as an example. Because a lot of times we go down.
I was about to say don't use Derek because
I'm saying
he got to check a pass.
We go down that road. Okay. You know what I'm saying? A lot about racial and what's racial and what's not racial. So intent is it's more talking about what's in your mind. What were you intending to do in your mind? You know what I'm saying? Were you going out in a malicious way to do something? Or were you by how you interpret your training? See, that's what I'm saying. You go into these areas of legal, what Mel would say, not just intent, but premeditated as well, has to be proven in the first. That's right. You're right, Melvin. That's the other side of that coin too. You know, and that's a harder part to prove. Yeah, and I think that
was premeditated. Yeah,
that's why I talk about the education part. You know what I'm saying?
Because if that's the other side of that coin, then there's no way.
Those are harder to prove.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I got to keep saying this because people, you know, with social media stuff, I'm not saying it can't be done.
Yeah.
My overall point is for us to be more abreast of what the law is.
Yeah.
You know, and more abreast of what's going on, more educated on certain issues and certain things. Yeah. So when we go on before people and ask for certain things.
Don't go too deep in that because we need to say that for other podcasts.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't go. But let's kind of back it up a little bit and relate it to, of course, what we're doing right here with the sports show.
Right.
Because, you know, you hit a lot of topics that I spoke about last night on the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl Edition.
Right.
These billion-dollar owners of these billion-dollar franchises rub and touch elbows with the right people.
Right.
What I'm saying is, and specifically the NBA and the NFL, who are 70 to 75% Black players, you're getting rich off of Black dollars.
Right.
So let's call it what it is. So my thing is let's not, okay, the symbolism cool.
Right.
You know, the Black Lives Matter, you know, it's cool. It's cute. You know, if they're funding, you know, dollars to the right spots, I appreciate that. You're putting your money where your mouth is. But we all know that in order to change the system,
right,
it needs to get done with legislative power,
right,
with judicial power,
right.
And they touch elbows with these guys. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Use that influence because that's why I asked you that question because I was like, I know my brother gonna say the same thing I said. Like to me, that's more important than the symbolism.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I think that
symbolism is necessary.
Right. And I'm trying to think of the proper way, not the proper way, but a way of saying someone will be misconstrued what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Remember say the bottom line is either way, he got the long ride and people like him have to have a shelf life in prison. Right. Jeffrey Dahmer, Derek Chauvin, broomstick. You're right. And I want to say this too. I'm not saying that I'm trying to think. I'm not saying that I'm not glad that he got what he did. No, he got what he got. That's not even my point.
I ain't even gonna put on there what I wish he would have got.
Right. That's not even my point. I think my point is more since we're talking about my point is more along the lines of, you know, since we're talking about these billionaire owners and stuff like that and put into a sport perspective. You know, they need to use their influence.
Yeah.
And along with them using their influence, we need to be educated on certain things because they can go to a politician. They can go to a politician and say such and such, but they'll come to us and say, "What do you want?"
Mm-hmm. And we got to be ready for.
And we got to be ready to have
an answer.
An informed
answer.
Yeah. Answer. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not informed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, we want a bucket of chicken. You know what I'm saying? A couple of blunts. You know what I'm saying?
I want to be able to sell weed for free.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But we have to have an informed.
Can't get jail
informed decision. You know what I'm saying?
We just being silly.
Yeah, we just being silly. Yeah. But on a serious tip, you know, we have to be informed on certain things so we can go and say, okay, we know we know what we want. This is what we want. You have the influence. Let's team up and get this done.
The crazy thing about you saying that is, and I'm not speaking for all Black people. I'm saying specifically for me, it's like I think we have an idea of what we want, but we haven't really put to paper what we want. Does that make sense?
And I would say this and expand on that. We have an idea we want, but we don't know how to articulate what we want.
Gotcha.
And I think that goes back to the informed part. You know, the articulation part comes from being informed and educated.
And speaking of articulation, so one of these owners, Mark Davis, dropped a tweet. It said, "I can breathe."
Right.
And you know, I kind of spoke on it again last night, and this is my take from it. Could he articulated it better? Yes. But everybody was quick to jump on him about the way that he said it and forgot the message that he meant. Because the message, his intent of what he's saying was in such a positive way and showing support to the Floyd family.
Right.
And then Phil, George's brother, came out and thanked them. So my thing is if the Floyd family is okay with it, they're not really huffing and puffing about it. Why is everybody else up in arms? Like
we always quick to say certain things, but I'll say this. What Melvin say? Dr. Claude Anderson has had a document in detail. Yeah, I know. I saw that, Melvin.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
I seen that. I've read and heard him speak about the plan.
Yeah.
Dr. Claude Anderson has done a lot of
I was
work.
about 7, 8 years old when that happened. So
yeah, but he still talking about he's
no, but I'm saying like, you know,
he's done a lot of work, a lot of
I'm saying shout out to Mel for, you know, enlightening me on that because I was 7, 8 years old when if he wrote that in 95. So I have no idea.
Like he's worked in like Detroit, he works in like major cities doing certain things and stuff. So yeah, I know about Dr. Claude Anderson. But my thing too about Mark Davis, you know, I always bring up this point.
No, that's me.
That was you. Okay, I want to make sure. Oh yeah, I know somebody's calling in to check because I got the volume there. But I always bring up this point. I remember my friend Jackie, and I don't remember which police killing it was. And you know, and we were talking, you know, off air, so to speak. It was just her and I.
Yeah.
And she said something to the fact is, why don't they just comply? You know, now if it's been somebody else,
you probably wouldn't went left.
I would have checked it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But since I know her heart,
you know her intent.
I know her intent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I call her my sister. That's how tight we are.
Yeah.
So I didn't get offended. I just educated her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that goes to my point on Mark Davis. You know, if you know the person, you know their intent, just educate them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I think that's the point. That's the problem we need to look at. We have to choose the fights that we fight.
And
you know what I'm saying? And that's not even a fight worth fighting.
We'll touch on that, choosing the fights in a second. But, you know, your sentiments are almost parallel to mine. You know, which is odd. You know, me and the man don't always agree. But on this one, in these first two issues, we're going to see eye to eye on this. So, you know, racism is a learned behavior. Yeah. It's taught. So, you know, more than likely, if you grow up in a
directly
racist home,
or indirectly.
Yes. So if you are hearing it and you are seeing family members participate in it, it's in your household, more than likely it's going to rub off and affect your thought process,
Right.
and you then inherit becoming racist.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a learned behavior.
Okay.
And so I say that to say this because
and it's reinforced through society.
Yes, it is. But I say that to say that Al Davis, his dad, was so progressive thinking and so forward thinking, and literally, like, he was doing things that most owners weren't doing. You know, he was you know, in one of those thought processes, as in, you guys should go to HBCUs to recruit talent. You know, you guys should, you know, do this. He was one of the first owners to hire one of the first Black coaches in our shell, one of the first owners to hire Tom Flores, a Latino coach, one of the first owners to put a female in an executive position in his front office.
Right.
One of the first owners to draft the first quarterback in the first round. Like, Al Davis has always been on that
very progressive,
especially when it comes to social issues. I mean, literally, if you really want to know where Mark Davis comes from, go watch the 30 for 30 Al Davis versus the NFL. They had a good portion of that when they're showing Al Davis the struggles as a Jewish kid to being, you know, on the right side of history of being progressively thinking.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying, like, you have to understand the intent and the intentions of what people are saying.
Right.
And not exactly just the words. Look, I'm in agreement with everybody. He could articulate it better. But let's not beat him up.
Right.
Because you guys are spending so much time on the media harping on how he said it. You're losing the intent and the message behind what he's saying.
They need to be more on what Brett Favre said.
Oh my gosh, let's talk about that.
That's what they need to be on. Because
he had the nerves. Oh, I wish we had the clip, because I'm gonna talk about this again tonight. Because this is his second comment literally in like a month span that has been very damn questionable.
Right.
And I'm looking at him like, I used to like you, bruh. Now I'm like, I don't even know if I ever want to hear your name no more, bruh.
Coppers wire socks anymore, nigga.
I mean, because the first comment he said almost about a month ago.
I don't wear regular jeans, so I ain't worried about that.
You know, he had the nerves to say, you know, people come up to me all the time. I don't even watch the sport anymore. It's too politics. You know, they need to just shut up and dribble, pretty much paraphrasing.
Right.
You know,
right.
And it's not like
that was a dog whistle. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, I and then you follow it back. Well, I don't think he meant to kill him.
That's why I said that was a dog whistle, because you go back that second comment, it's tied to his first comment. That first comment was a dog whistle. You know, basically, niggas, y'all just do what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to hear nothing. I'll just do what y'all do. You know, and then you're gonna talk about he didn't mean to kill him. Well, the jury say something different.
Something totally different.
You know what I'm saying? The jury said something different, Brett.
He tried to clean up like, oh yeah, well, I think we're all in agreement that it was all wrong. But it's like you say
first
that.
Of all,
you say that after the fact.
First of all, read the room.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that was very insensitive to the time of what was going on. A lot of people was like, you know, saying
this shit just happened.
It just happened. People was relieved that they finally got somebody convicted after so many people that should have been convicted didn't get convicted.
First of all,
you know what I'm saying?
It's so many cops that don't get convicted.
Even if you felt that way, you should have enough intellect to know I don't need to say this. Just enough empathy to say I don't need to say this. You know what I'm saying? He should have been empathetic enough to know I don't need to say this.
I can't even. There's nothing I can really say to ever back up anything that he says now. I can't rock with that no more. I really can't. It to me it shows, and to me and me personally, I put Drew Brees in that context for his little silly comment too. It's just like, you guys benefited so much off of people that look like us. Like, you guys are Hall of Famers. Brett Favre, you can't do that without Sterling Sharp.
Right.
I mean,
Reggie White.
Reggie White, but Drew
Mhm.
Brees, name a receiver that played with the Saints. You can't have that Hall of Fame career.
Right.
Like it baffles me. It's just like is that the only value for our people?
Mhm.
Is just to make the other folks look good?
Right.
And oh, you say we made it because you gave us a little change, but thank you. We still don't give a fuck about you,
Right. That's just crazy, man.
because that's what it feels like. That I don't know if that's their intent, but that's how I'm feeling
Right.
by what they're saying. And this is another thing. People who are in this platform with that status that is attached to their names, with all the media, with all the publicity,
Right.
that stage is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to understand that people are going to hear, see everything that they do.
Right.
And people are going to react. And you have to be able to mentally be tough for that.
Right. And speaking of that, LeBron, his tweet. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Now here's my thing. Okay.
I just think he jumped the gun.
I want to say this. I don't have a problem with it, and I'm gonna tell you why. We are in such an emotional roller coaster
This week.
Really in the last couple years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That, when you see certain things happen over and over and over again, you just get tired of seeing that same scenario over and over again. And it just came on the cusp, on the heels of you seeing
within hours, bro.
Derek Chauvin being convicted.
Yeah.
So you are saying, okay, maybe we can take some steps forward. It's not to say we arrive, but maybe we can take some steps forward. And boom, you turn around and you just see a shooting happen. 16-year-old black girl shot by a cop. At first they didn't release all the details.
And that's what I'm saying.
And so you can. I know you all say, well, you should wait and see the details. But here's the thing: if something happened to your child, let's use that as an example. Something happened to your child.
Yeah, you're not waiting till the details.
Your emotions is gonna just run. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
And you're gonna you may blur out some stuff you may not really mean to say at that time, but your emotions at a heightened state
in that moment.
So if you equate that to that 16-year-old girl looked like one of our children. Mm-hmm. That 16-year-old girl that got shot is connected to Ahmaud Arbery. It's connected to Trayvon Martin. It's connected to Mike Brown. And the list goes on. And she's connected to that because we just got through convicting a cop for doing it.
I get it.
So you are a heightened emotional state. Mm-hmm. So you may blurt out some things, and then he realized, hey, maybe this is a little insensitive. You take it back, and say, okay, let me take it back and say this instead. You know what I'm saying? Bring some more clarity, blah, 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 blah. I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Because of those circumstances. Yeah, I get it. And I'm saying because of those circumstances, because if something else happens, say, well, you ain't said about this. Well, it may be different circumstances. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm ashamed that because we in such a social media state, I like it and I love it. I like it and hate it at the same time. But because of social media, you have to keep backing up and prefacing your statements with certain things because people are taking a run with it.
Yes. And I mean, people are going to do that. Mm-hmm. That's human nature.
Right.
What I'm saying is we get LeBron. We appreciate what you do for our people, but maybe sometimes his voice isn't always the voice we need to hear. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I won't argue that.
Like I understand your passion. Mm-hmm. I understand it. I get it. But sometimes when you always are the first one to say something about everything, at some point I start tuning you out.
Okay.
Because every time I know that there's going to be a social issue, it's just a matter of time. Who's going to report the Bron tweet?
Well, here's my thing too.
But it's not necessarily his fault.
No,
I'm just saying.
I don't think it is either.
I'm just saying, just because of his status and who he is, everything's going to get publicized what he does.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's the Beyonce syndrome. Just because, do I think Beyonce's talented? Hell yes.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what made her push is she was putting out so much product at one time, and the radios was playing that shit out of her shit. I became tone deaf to her because I'm like, I'm tired of hearing you.
Okay.
Like, I'm getting flooded with Beyonce.
Okay.
I feel like this situation has happened with him. It's not Beyonce's fault that the radios kept playing her shit. If she's getting all the radio hits, it's because the radio keeps playing her.
Right.
They're the ones that's playing it. They're the ones that's supplying the content.
Right.
She's just the content maker.
Okay.
It's the same situation here. LeBron is the content maker.
Okay.
The media outlets are the content suppliers.
Okay.
So and because of who he is, it's just going to come with that territory. But what I'm saying is sometimes it's like, maybe, take a back seat. Let somebody else hold that torch.
Okay.
Let somebody else fight that fight.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was talking about earlier. We'll touch on that. This is what we need. Sometimes let somebody else fight that fight. Because, I'm sorry. Sometimes I get tone deaf on LeBron because it's like I'm always hearing your tweets and your comments in front of the camera on everything. Okay. Sometimes it's like, I don't need your commentary on every damn thing. Let somebody else fight that fight.
I just think that, first of all, we need to be very selective who we choose as our heroes and who we put up on platforms.
That too.
I admire LeBron for what he does actually in the community more than basketball.
Okay.
That's just me though.
No. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I enjoy sports, but I don't make sports the center of my life.
Yes.
I used to, but I just don't anymore. You know what I'm saying? And so when I look at a player, an actor, or anyone in the public eye, a lot of times I admire them for what they do in the community, then their movies.
Yeah.
He said, he said, where's Ja? I want to hear from Ja. He too busy trying to do another burn festival. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really get off into all the other stuff they do for our sports, you know what I'm saying? And then going back to what you're saying about LeBron,
yeah,
I just think that when you're in certain position like he is, he's considered a leader of the NBA. People are looking for you to say something.
Yeah.
And so I think with him is that he just feels I have to say something because people look for me to say something, and that pressure is on. So let me say something. And like I said, the emotions are hot or very heightened because of the situation, and he just tweeted out something.
Yeah.
Now, I would say to him, just let that just be a lesson and learn from it. You know what I'm saying? Next time, let's just gather information before we say something. But I don't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I want to make sure I say that. I don't have a problem with it.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like people making a big deal out of it. I don't have a problem because I understand it.
Yeah.
Because I'm in his shoes. Not in the way of, being in the public eye like he is.
Yeah.
I'm in his shoes because I'm another black man feeling the same way he's feeling.
Oh, trust.
You know what I'm saying?
No arguments with that.
I understand why he did it.
Yeah.
And I understand, the position he's in. And I just have a problem sometimes. And I hope he don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Shit, that's all right.
I have a problem with sometimes with people who outside our community trying to tell our community how to feel, how to respond, how to act, how we should conduct ourselves.
Yeah, I hate that.
You know what I'm saying? When certain situations happen. Did we tell the Jews how to respond to the Nazis? You know what I'm saying? Did we tell Native Americans how to respond to the Americans when they do certain things?
Oh, you ain't gonna name drop?
You know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden when we respond a certain way, it's get back in your place, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Get back on the plantation. Get back on the farm. Shut up and dribble. I mean, they're all the same thing, just different ways.
Different
You know what I'm saying?
centuries.
Different things. You telling me to get back on the plantation, shut up and dribble. It's all the same thing.
Transform.
You know what I'm saying? It's all the same thing.
It transform.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I always say.
So you can miss me with that bullshit just spitting with your punk ass.
Miss me with that bullshit with your punk
You miss
ass.
me with that. You know what I'm saying? For real. You can miss me with that.
No, I feel you. You know, look, I'm with you. I never had any problem with LeBron standing up for our people.
Right.
I'm just saying he's getting the Beyonce syndrome. And sometimes let somebody else fight that fight. Let somebody else spread that message. But speaking of Brown and the Lakers, you know,
what up, 40?
40 water, Silent Hill TDS.
Right.
You know, of course I'm a Lakers fan, and I'm not saying this because of my fandom. I'm saying this as a podcaster, as a person that needs to be objective.
Okay.
Lakers are going to win the finals. Hear me out on this. And I spoke about it.
That nigga, get a Fat Joe. Lean back.
I spoke about it last night.
All right.
So let's look at some.
No joke. Jesus.
Let's look at some of the history.
Okay.
Some of the healthiest teams at the end of the season. Excuse me. Some of the healthiest teams at the end of the season usually more than not win the championship.
Okay. Lay your argument down, nigga. I'm listening.
So
I hear it. Hope it ain't COVID cough.
Nah, come on, man.
Nigga, 6 feet. Nigga, 6 feet. Move your mic over there.
I smoke too much weed for that. You know, the THC blocks the COVID. So let's keep that funky. So let's look at it this way. I don't rock with hypothetical, but what if Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson don't get hurt in that NBA Finals? Do Toronto Raptors win that championship? Toronto was a healthier team.
Okay.
They won the championship.
Okay.
This is a toss-up even.
Okay.
A healthy Kyrie, a healthy Kevin Love with LeBron against that first Warriors championship team. You can make a case that the Cavaliers could have won that.
Right.
Warriors were the healthy team at that point.
Okay.
They won the tournament.
Okay.
Chiefs had offensive injuries on their offensive line at the wrong time. Tampa Bay was healthier.
Right.
Tampa Bay ran away with the championship.
Right.
It affected who won the championship. So, of course, we know about the injuries with the Lakers. Anthony Davis is set to come back tonight. LeBron will probably be back within 2 weeks. Right. You're getting healthy at the right time. Because regular season's winding down. Okay. Playoffs is coming. But look at all the teams that are getting hurt at this time. Clippers. Kawhi's been sitting out for about a week. Yep. And don't know when he's coming back. Right. Donovan Mitchell. Yep. Just got hurt. Don't know when he's coming back for the Utah Jazz. Right. Jamal Murray just got hurt. Done for the season. We know he's not coming back. Right. For the Nuggets.
James Harden out in Denver.
James Harden had just had a setback. Kevin Durant is on his second injury stint. Right. No diagnosis when he comes back. Right. You know what I'm saying? Joel Embiid is always questionable to getting hurt. You know, some of your top contender teams are getting hurt now, going into the playoffs.
Joel Embiid get hurt like he did Alex Smith on the NBA. So, like, dang, Alex.
But I'm saying like Lakers are getting healthy going into the playoffs. This is the difference. Okay. You got a lot of top contenders in the NBA that are getting hurt going in. That makes a difference. It makes a huge difference. Right. And so it's one thing to get players back from injuries, but it's a difference when you are getting at least 2 of the top 5 players in the league coming back from injuries. Okay. That's something totally different from just getting anybody back from injury. You're talking about LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Right. Look, regardless of whether the team that is constructed now with the Lakers since AD and LeBron's been out, they've been up and down. But they're 8 games out of first place. True. It's not like the ship went totally down. Right. It took on some water, yes. So with them getting healthy at the right time and everybody getting hurt at the wrong time, to me, that makes your odds greater.
I agree.
To be at the end of the show and in line to win it.
I mean,
so that's why I say that.
You make a good argument, so I'm not gonna fool with that. You make a good argument.
You ain't gonna even touch it.
You make a good argument, so I'm gonna leave that alone. that's a good argument.
Hey, you know how we get down. We make predictions on the show, and majority of the times when shit end up happening. So, I'm just waiting for
I predict Tampa Bay to win from the beginning of the season. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you did.
Just saying.
You was like, this that Tom Brady factor.
So, the niggas like, I was waiting. I kept losing and all the picks. I said, I'm gonna win this one though. Watch.
No, I'm saying like that's crazy as hell.
I was waiting.
That you literally
all the picks.
That you literally came in third place in all the NFL picks. But once the playoffs start, you was like, nah, I'm sticking with the pick.
Sticking with my pick.
And I was like, damn. It's all good though.
It's all good. That's all good. I mean, shoot, my team ain't make the playoffs, so I can't really. I ain't got no right to brag. You know what I'm saying?
You're a Lions fan, sir.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It's been a hot minute since your
minute. It's been a hot hour. It's been a long time.
But and look, I love the fact that Anthony Davis is coming back. This helps. This helps calms my nerve as a Lakers fan, because I'm like, okay, because I'm excited for Anthony Davis to get the rust off.
Mm-hmm.
You start getting back in the game shape, and for him and Andre Drummond to start working together, see what they can form. Because if you really look at it, both are in their mid to late 20s, like 27, 28.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron's 36.
Right. You
could easily use Anthony Davis and Andre Drummond as your second half of superstars once LeBron leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And, then, of course, you can build around them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because they at least, besides his brittle-ass ankles, I mean, if
gotta rebuild them, get some vibranium on them.
I know,
like the Winter Soldier playing basketball.
I know. We might have to send Anthony Davis to Wakanda real quick. Go get some vibranium
Wakanda
bones.
forever.
Go get some, vibranium bones and shit.
Get some vibranium bones, my man. Wakanda forever.
Please send that nigga to Wakanda. Right. Do it now. But I mean, they'll get their chemistry down. And of course, LeBron, he's the type of person, he's a facilitator to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
He's always been operating like that. Facilitate, get my team involved.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll pick and choose my points to attack. So, I think it's more easier for LeBron to integrate back into the team. So it's good that Anthony Davis is back first.
Right.
Because I think with him, his size, his inside and outside game, get him acclimated playing with the rest of the team.
Right.
Well, specifically Andre Drummond, because I want to see what Anthony Davis can do when he plays just the 4.
That'll be good.
And keep Andre at the 5.
Mm-hmm.
And because at some point, LeBron's going to have to take a seat, rest. Let's see what they can do without LeBron there.
Right.
But anyway, damn it. If I was an Eagles fan, I'd be pissed the hell off. I'm glad I ain't.
Yeah, them Eagles, man. But you know what?
They don't sound like they really want Jalen Hurts there.
It don't sound like it. It don't sound like it at all, man.
All right,
but so, go ahead.
I'm just trying to figure out their logic with what they're doing at the quarterback position. You draft Carson Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing good at first.
Mm-hmm.
Gets hurt.
Right.
Then all the mental issues, and then can't stay healthy starts happening. You gave $20 million to Nick Foles.
Right.
Then you don't. Then you trade him out.
Right.
You still stick with Carson Wentz, give him the contract extension when you didn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you traded him. You eat $34 million.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, you just ate $34 million. You had $34 million in a big duffel bag and you threw it right in the fucking dumpster.
Right. You just threw it in my house.
Hell yeah. So you go get Jalen Hurts, second round.
Mm-hmm.
And in my thinking, if you go get a quarterback in the first or second round, at some point you're saying he's going to see some time.
Right, we're going to use.
He's going to start.
Mm-hmm.
So now that you traded away $834 million, you signed Joe Flacco, total opposite of Jalen Hurts, and yet you still are saying we not going to name him QB1. What are we doing? What? Why not?
Well, first of all, that's his coach talk. You know, they always say stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's just stupid.
Second of all,
that's just stupid.
That's kind of his philosophy. He believes in competition and stuff like that. You know, but my thing is Flacco.
This ain't no competition.
Ain't no competition. You know what I'm saying? You saw what Flacco did.
He's clearly the best option you got at quarterback.
And unless you plan on drafting a quarterback, Flacco is not the answer.
But they already traded out.
Jalen Hurts is your best option.
You're at the 12th pick.
Right.
All your elite quarterbacks is gone.
Oh, yeah. Well, definitely.
Mac Jones might be there, but we ain't even going to talk about Mac Jones.
Mac Jones is on Joe Flacco.
No, Mac Jones should be an unrestricted free agent, undrafted free agent.
I know I'll be crapping on Mac Jones, but I think he has some ability.
Nah, fuck that.
I do. I think he has some ability.
No, fuck that.
I just don't think.
No, damn it. No, I ain't going to let you have and give that man that. No,
I just don't think he is not
up
to the par as everybody hyping him up to.
Bruh, when you play at Alabama, you are surrounded by the cream of the crop talent in the world.
Right.
Of course he looked good. Mac Jones he stood back there, texted on the phone, talking about, baby girl, hold up, I got to complete this pass. Taking a shit, was eating chicken bones and shit before he even decided to throw the ball. He's surrounded by the primo players, prime players.
Okay.
All Americans on the outside of wide receiver in the backfield and blocking in front of them, and don't even get started on the playmakers on the defensive side of Alabama.
Right.
He was baby caked.
I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying,
protected.
What I'm saying, he still had to make the throws. He still made accurate throws.
You bet I missed a throw. Devontae Smith and shook the damn defensive back
I'm just saying,
5 years ago.
You still had to make accurate throws. And then you look at the reports, scouting reports, and you look at what he did in the Senior Bowl. There's some skill there. I'm not saying that. I don't want to say he's a scrub. You know what I'm saying?
Name me an Alabama quarterback that was worth the fuck in the NFL. Besides Joe Namath. Don't even say that.
Joe Namath won the Super Bowl.
Oh, my God. Joe Namath was ass, too.
Just saying, he won the Super Bowl.
I think he ended his career with definitely a lot more interceptions than touchdowns.
He played on the Jets, man. You know what I'm saying? He had the Jets curse. But no, I mean, shoot. It's like playing on the Lions.
He won the Super Bowl.
Won the Super Bowl. I'm sticking with that, nigga. He a Hall of Famer.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, there's not. But that what I'm saying. I'm just not saying that the man is a scrub. I'm not gonna say that. He has some skill. He has some skill. I just don't think he's worthy of the hype that he's getting. There's a difference.
He definitely ain't first round.
Yeah. I don't think he's first round.
I need y'all to stop talking about him going to San Francisco with the 3rd overall.
No, San Francisco gonna get Trey Lance.
Who?
They getting Trey Lance.
San Francisco?
Yeah,
I think so too.
I think it's a perfect. Well, I'd rather have him in Atlanta, but I think he's a perfect spot for him to go outside Atlanta.
If San Francisco is worried about the amount of play, they go Justin Fields.
Right.
If they see the raw talent and the upside and what he could possibly be,
right, go
Trey Lance.
Yeah, that's why I think. Atlanta's a better spot for Trey Lance, but
sitting behind Matt Ryan.
Right,
I'm with you on that.
And he can learn and grow. I think he had the Pat Mahomes type. Sit, learn, get in there, and then your skills and your technique can come together along with, learning certain things you can from veterans. Those little small things.
Little
I'm saying
shit
that you won't pick up right away that you may take you 10
what
years
you
down the
at?
line to pick up. You can get those right away and come in, you know what I'm saying, and really look like what the hype that you're getting.
Yeah.
Because you know how harsh this sport can be. You know what I'm saying? You come in with the hype, especially in the wrong city. You come in with the hype and you don't produce to that hype because you just need some time to blossom. Man, if you're not strong enough, you get tore down and never come back up.
This may sound weird.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually glad that Jalen Hurts is dealing with this.
Okay.
Because he's shown throughout his college career that he can handle adversity.
Mm-hmm.
With him, he was a winner at Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Then he got pulled in the national championship game.
Right.
A lot of people would have crumbled and not came back for that.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next year, he stayed, competed.
Mm-hmm.
Then when he got his name called in the SEC game, brought them back.
Right.
Won the game.
Mm-hmm.
It was ironic.
Mm-hmm.
Transfers, goes to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't win a national championship, but he had a great season.
Oklahoma.
It got him drafted in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's mentally tough for this.
Okay.
If this was Carson Wentz, I think we all know where his mental capability
in the fetal position on the sideline, thumb in his mouth. It's not fair. It's not fair. I tell you, it's not fair.
So honestly, it sounds weird. You remember us having this talk on one of these shows where I said they ain't gonna do shit for Jalen Hurts. They're not gonna help him out.
Right.
And they're not showing that they've done, because they haven't really done anything to improve in free agency.
Right.
So far, to show that they are there to support him. And they definitely ain't saying it in the media.
No, definitely not saying nothing.
So it's like, come on now.
They might mess around, pick another quarterback at 12.
They didn't close the door on that.
I'm saying Philadelphia is like,
But they are who we thought they were.
Nothing changed. You know what I'm saying? Nothing changed.
Well, real quick, let's talk about just a quick update on the Deshaun Watson little situation. Earlier this week, of course, the week before, Rusty Harden, who is the lawyer for Deshaun Watson, was able to get the identities of the accusers revealed. In my opinion, which is fair. Like if you are accusing me of something and I'm denying it,
right?
Let me know who you are. And of course, this is Rusty Harden's job. I'm not saying he's running a smear campaign to smear these accusers, but it is his job to paint the picture of understand who the messenger is, who's trying to deliver the message. That's his job.
Right. That's his job.
That's his job. So that's pretty much what's going on now. They were supposed to have a hearing today, so I'm pretty sure we'll get some kind of update, if not tonight, maybe tomorrow or the next couple of days. But I mean, he basically said we have evidence, rock hard evidence, that half of these tricks is well, he say tricks. I'm just paraphrasing. Half of these hoes over here lie. Half of these tricks want money. That's pretty
chicken head.
Yeah. You're like, all these hoes chicken head. Bye, chicken. I just did the hood interpretation of what Rusty Hart pretty much said.
These hoes ain't loyal.
Yeah. Man, these hoes are no good. They trying to slander my man, and I ain't with it. I'm paraphrasing in the hood translation.
Right.
That's what Rusty Hart pretty much said. But I mean, hey, look, another turn in this whole saga. But if this is true, and if this situation gets handled, and there's no NFL ramifications, that kind of changes a lot with that quarterback carousel.
Back on the trading block.
Because, I mean,
I don't know. That's just me. That's what I would do. If I was a GM, I would take Deshaun Watson.
If this gets cleared up?
No, I would take him now.
Oh, because he'd be definitely cheap as shit.
He'd be cheap. They ready to get. I'll just take a chance. You know what I'm saying? He'd be cheap. Here's my thing. Unless he did something outright criminal,
Yeah.
he's not gonna go to jail.
No.
At the very
Worst comes to worst.
he gotta come out with some money.
Suit.
Silver suit.
Speaking of which, Antonio Brown just finally paid out his
Oh.
little situation.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, they not worry about the publicity, all that stuff. See me, it's gonna. I know how people
It'll
are.
blow over.
It's gonna blow over.
Yeah.
So from a business standpoint,
Get him now.
get him now.
Cheap as shit.
You know, Houston probably don't get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? But boom, get him now. Get him on your team, and just sit him there. You know what I'm saying? Even if I got like a sorry quarterback, I play him right quick. I know I got Deshaun. You know what I'm saying? I know I got. It's almost like my 401k. I know I'm gonna get that.
It's in the bag.
It's in the bag. You know what I'm saying? So it's sitting there waiting for me. So then when the smoke blow over, voila, nigga, voila. You know what I'm
We
saying?
in there. Let's swim well.
Poof, abacadal, abacazoom. I got this nigga on my team. You know what I'm saying? Bam. Now I'm winning Super Bowls. Nigga like, this nigga smart.
How much you would bet Belichick would do it? Because he wouldn't give a fuck
Yeah.
about the scrutiny.
You know what I'm saying? He already takes scrutiny all the time.
Well, that's what
You know
I'm saying.
Yeah, so he don't
wouldn't
care.
care. He wouldn't care. You got to be a GM or a coach that says, I don't give a fuck about the scrutiny shit.
We talking about business, man.
Business.
Business is business.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
In business.
I'll be having Deshaun on my team. And they be like, how do you do it?
How you do that? Yeah.
Sometimes you got to take that street life, and you know, and do it, you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of business,
Mhm.
I think we need to get down to business, big homie.
All right.
Yeah.
Holla at your boy!
Say it with your chest, little ass nigga. So, NFL
Mhm.
just did a quick little rules change.
Mhm.
That was just dropped. And some of these rules I like, but primarily with the replay rules, I like this is because so it says replay officials will not be able to throw flags or reverse calls on their own. But they can now offer referees advice based on what they've seen on broadcast replays in the areas of possession, completed or intercepted passes, the location of the ball relative to the boundary or inline, and whether a player is down by contact.
Okay.
So previously, replay officials had been limited to participating in plays that were under review. Coaches will not have to throw challenge flags to prompt that advice, which some replay officials have been giving referees informally for years.
Right.
I mean, to me, that makes a difference. Because when you got all these networks, they got so many different camera angles.
Right.
They're going to see things that these refs can't see, and the speed of the game it is going right then and there. Sometimes they're going to miss it. It's human nature. We get that point.
Right.
So to me, that makes the referee's job easier.
Okay.
And it gets the call right.
Okay.
That's what we want.
That's what we want.
At the end of the day, how many times did we fuss about
And tell me what the catch is.
and tell me what the catch is? That too. Please tell me what the hell the catch is. But that is what fans need.
Right.
Is sometimes stop. We understand there's human errors, but if it's changing, affecting the game, it sometimes as a fan, it irritates you.
Right.
So not like the fact that you got multiple eyes and they're able to kind of have aid from broadcast.
Right.
I like it.
Okay.
So good job, NFL. You actually did something right when it comes to officiating.
About time.
Yeah. Go ahead, big bro.
I'm good, man.
Oh, you
I'm
good?
Yeah, plus we at that time. I'm good.
Say it with your chest, little ass nigga.
Real quick, y'all. Funny story. You know what? I'm gonna repeat it. I'm gonna throw it on tonight's show because we got like a few little minutes. But anyway, episode 47 in the books.
Wow.
I know we climbing on them episodes.
Climbing on them episodes.
Yeah, climbing
on 50 in a minute.
Yeah, 5-0 coming soon. But no, everybody's been tuning in on Facebook,
right?
YouTube, Twitch,
Appreciate
or
y'all.
Twitter. We appreciate y'all. Those who tuning in on the I.O.W network, on the Apple Store app.
Right.
Appreciate y'all. Just in general, anything I.O.W network that y'all have been supporting. We appreciate y'all.
Right.
We gonna keep grinding. We gonna keep getting better. Any last words you got, big homie?
I'm good. I'm gonna play us out though on something.
Yeah, we'll play us out. Hey, but until then, God willing, Monday, we will see y'all 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's your boy Walcott Mar, that there guy right there, Detroit Mail, Detroit's finest. We out the building. Peace.
Pack another bowl and I'ma take another bowl. Roll another blunt and I'ma smoke another bowl. Pack another bowl and I'ma take another bowl.
Roll it, smoke it, pack it, smoke it, roll it, smoke it, pack it, smoke it.
I'm about to roll another one. Roll it, that sticky icky that give me the feeling tricky. I'm about to smoke a bowl for fun. Light up the litty gritty that had me too pretty, witty and clever. Split another day.
The I.O.W Network.
I.O.W Sports. I.O.W Sports.